You start over.
Okay.
Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to our podcast.
Immediately confrontational.
Yeah.
Is all I'm going to say, Zoe.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes.
And thank you to everyone that came out to shows in New York and Connecticut. And you guys are fucking great.
Yes.
We had a great fucking time. I think that was by far my all-time favorite surrounded show.
Which is, that's a tall order because the show is, it's always fun. Mm-hmm. And I love it so much. And I think that it's always great, but there was something super special about when it was in New York. And I had a great time. And everyone who was there was fucking awesome. And all the comedians did a great job. And it was, it got rowdy at the end.
It got very rowdy. I think that's what was my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Josh Adam Myers did such a great job.
He did a perfect job.
Don't get me wrong, all the comics did incredible.
That's why it was so good.
Yeah.
That's why it came to such a crescendo at the end because of how good everybody did.
Yeah.
It's like everyone built on the last one. No one was like too cool for the show.
Yeah.
No one got nervous and backed away. And that's New York. Yeah. If nothing else, that's New York.
Yes.
That's New York is the perfect place for that show.
Yeah.
Because all the comedians are like, it's no bullshit back and forth. And there's no, I'm going to use the word trepidation. Don't know if I'm using that word correctly, but it is what I think it means. And there's no, it's a very like in your face show.
Yeah.
And the crowd will let you know it. And the comedians were, just did a perfect job. So thank you to The Stand. Thank you to Cypher Sounds, Hannah Berner. Thank you to Neil Ghosh and Josh Adam Myers and me. Thank you to me.
Yes, thank you to you.
And thank you to the whole staff at The Stand.
Yeah, dude, it was so much fun.
Yeah. All the servers that we put out of position.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable position to bring everybody food and drinks.
Yeah, I know. But they were great. They were so great and like lovely.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like the end of the night and they were closing up, right? And I was like, was this your last show for the night? And they were like, yes. Mm-hmm. And we ended up, I tried to get everyone out of the room so that they could leave, right? I remember what it's like to be trying to close down and when people are just not leaving. So that kind of sucks, And then we go upstairs to the upstairs bar and we're outside and I'm like sitting there and I said loud enough. I ended up walking back in, the bartenders behind the upstairs bar were trying to like close. And I said it loud enough so that everybody could hear, like, hey, we should probably get out of here because they're trying to leave,
Yeah. I'm sure they appreciated that very much. But who's been in that situation more than you over the years?
Oh, yeah.
So you know what's up.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was great. We had a great time home. I really enjoyed being home. Of course, being home for 10 days is a bit much. But it's fucking worth it. It's just like
one day too much.
Yeah.
I noticed that, man, you know how sometimes I talk about being more introverted now than I ever was? Mm-hmm. It's very prevalent when I'm at home. And I think it was because, both of us got stretched pretty thin. Mm-hmm. I stretched my own self thin at home a lot because of how much traveling back and forth I did to New York. Mm-hmm. But I think it's because, and my mom understands really well. Mm-hmm. I spend a lot of time by myself now because of the way our schedules work. And I guess I didn't know how much it affected me until things aren't quiet. Like right. I need things to be quiet to recharge. And that's like the definition of an introverted person. And it's hard for me to understand because I was always so extroverted. And I guess I always did spend a lot of time by myself, but friends were always like a bike ride away. What? Is it not? Oh, That hasn't been going the whole time, maybe.
Oh, good.
And now Zoya has a camera.
Great.
Oh,
Thanks,
what a
Mike.
bummer. I'm sorry, dude.
Am I in focus?
Probably.
Uh-huh.
There's literally no way of knowing.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you are.
Okay.
Okay.
Not anymore.
And yes.
Yes.
Sorry, dude.
It's all right. It being quiet and you enjoying your quiet time, it's necessary to like recharge. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to recharge. I feel jet lagged worse than I've ever been coming home.
You know, tell me if you do this. Do you keep jet lag in mind at all when we're traveling?
No.
Neither do I. And I kind of put it out of my mind to the point where like it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just the thing that people who don't travel a lot say, because it's hard for people who don't travel a lot to get used to that.
Yeah.
And I thought that traveling a lot not makes you immune to it, but kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
I'm sorry.
No. Yes.
I think you.
I was just going to say that I'm like, I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, why am I so fucking out of it? And it's the last thing that enters my mind.
Yeah. I don't think about it either, but you know, recently traveling so much and, you know, time changes are real and all of that. I don't find it so much when I stay on this coast, and I don't notice it flying from LA to New York. I notice it New York to LA.
Coming back.
And
Right, because we lose the time. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we gain time. So we're in the future. Our bodies are in the future, but our lives are in the past.
And ain't that the way it goes?
It's very fucked up, and it's really like when it's 7 or more days, it fucks me up coming back.
What part of us is in the future? Our bodies.
Our bodies.
And our hearts are in the past.
Yes.
Our minds.
Yes.
And there's no benefit to that. Is there? Dude. It's like if it were the other way around, that would be beneficial. But there is no situation where having your mind stuck in the past is going to help you out.
No.
And that's a huge bummer.
Yeah.
Zero transition. I just want to say that the dude, Jesse, who's the dude who was in charge of our Discord for a long time, is stepping down as head Discord guy. Is that what you call it?
Sure.
Abnimed. And I just wanted to say on the show, thank you very much for everything you've done. No one deserves a break there more than Jesse. And he was really the person who brought Discord to our attention in the first place. And I'm 100% when I say all of that never would have happened without Jesse.
Yeah.
And that was it played such a big role in our lives, especially during the pandemic, when we were cut off from so many people and work and things that we would have normally been doing instead of being on the Discord.
Right.
But, dude, if you were ever on there, and if you are continuing to be on there, and if you ever made a friend or made a connection through that, I think you and we all owe a great debt of gratitude to Jesse.
Yeah, dude. Jesse is he is just one of my all-time favorite people, and we connected immediately.
Yeah.
And the very many late night phone calls and chats and text messages and everything, and him always checking in. He is a far better friend than I am. That's for sure.
Yeah, can confirm.
And, you know, there's a great deal of love that I do have for that man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate him and
Even
all
though
that he
he says
does
stuff
and
like,
his friendship.
What if the son did? You ever think the son ever did heroin?
Maybe. You never know, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and think I know about, what did he tweet the other day?
A son has done heroin
Yes,
before.
many sons have done heroin. Joe Biden's son. Dude. No, I don't want to get Secret Service for that.
Yeah, okay.
I think he
Yeah.
smokes crack, though, and that there are videos of that on the internet. And, man, I can't tell you something I care about less.
No, good for him. I
don't give a fuck.
Good for him.
Dude, welcome back to the show.
Yes. Can I say something?
For sure. Are you good to just chill here by yourself?
Yes. Where are you going, though? Why are you leaving
First
me?
of all, it's none of your business, and I'm allowed to do
You're
stuff
rude.
on my own.
You know you're not during the podcast.
Second of all, I'm my own man.
Well, we got to get through this quickly because
Yeah, no
you
shit. I'm
have a
trying to get the
phone
book.
call.
I'm trying to get the book.
You better go get the fucking book. You guys, this morning, so I've been trying to get back into... No, go. I've been trying to get back into my schedule, right? My routine, my schedule. I tried to make sure that I had an extra couple of days off on the back end of this trip, which is a godsend. And this morning I was driving to the gym, again, trying to get back into my, normal routine, whatever. So I'm driving and all of a sudden out of the corner of my eye, I see something and it's literally transcending down.
UFO. You had a close encounter experience.
I did. I almost crashed my fucking car because there was a spider like fucking dangling in.
Nah.
I literally almost crashed my car, and so much so.
No,
okay, there was
you.
a cop right next to me,
Which he would have understood.
and I started to swerve, and I was able to get it away from me.
Yeah.
And then I corrected the car, and he looked at me, and I just looked out of the window at him, and I was like, "Spider," and he was like, it just drove off.
Dude, and that's a great excuse. If you're ever driving erratically, just say spider. That's a real
Spider.
bees in the car type situation.
Yeah. I thought it was a bee at first, but
Was that
then
Tommy Boy or was that
No.
Black Sheep?
Might have been Black Sheep.
Black Sheep, where they're screaming about bees in the car. Dude, bee is maybe a little bit worse because of the gift of flight.
Yeah.
But having a spider anywhere near your face in the enclosed area of a car, bummer city.
Yeah. I immediately walked into the gym, walked straight to the bathroom, and shook out my hair because I felt like it was still on me. I still am feeling like
If you have long hair, if you're a long-haired king or queen, you know all about getting bugs caught in that shit.
I got shaky ears. For those of you that know what I mean, you know what I mean.
I bet Jesse knows what you mean because it's a weird thing that you said. Yes.
Yes.
I agree with everything you said.
Yes.
I think about that. I grew up in the woods. So anytime windows are left open, a crack, I would get so upset at myself or whoever was in there last, normally myself. And I'd be like, now I have to drive a half an hour to work in this fucking escape room. And there's no telling what's in here.
All of a sudden, Mike's just, he's in the new episode of Arachnophobia. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My life is an episode of Arachnophobia because I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate spiders. I don't care about the good that they do. I've learned to coexist closer to them.
Okay.
But, dude, I had a real big, strong son moment where I had to kill a giant bug in my mom's house.
That's good.
And if you're listening to this episode and you're a lover of bugs, kick rocks.
Yeah.
Because I had to save my mom from a giant bug, and I did it. Get swatted.
Yeah.
Got it.
Got it.
And I was proud of my work.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. That means more to me than anything. Mm-hmm. My parents took a couple opportunities when we were home to tell me that they were proud of me, and they do that every now and again. And it always means the world to me. Yeah. There are 3 people who I care about being proud of me in this life. Mm-hmm. My mom, my dad, and my freshman basketball coach, Mr. Rice, who told me you can't bullshit a bullshitter. And I hated that fucking guy, but I never forgot that ever.
Yeah.
I hate it, dude. probably told the story before, and I'm sorry. The only thing I'm sorry for is that little preface.
Yeah.
Here's the story. I was on the freshman basketball team. This is heyday struggles. This is where it came from. I would never play. I would play the last 30 seconds of every game. I would get to practice early and I would shoot free throws because we were supposed to have this system where if you made a certain amount of free throws in a row in practice, you would get a little patch on your fucking hand-me-down uniforms that we had. Did not have nice uniforms. Had like reversible. These have been in the school system for the last 30 years. Uniforms.
I'm gonna wear it on the next episode.
It's fucking gross.
Yeah.
But as long as you know that. I don't know where the shorts are, but they said intensity on the ass. Not the word you want on the ass. So, I was like, I can't get in any of these fucking games, even though I made the team and it's freshman. So it means less than nothing. JV means nothing. Freshman means less than nothing. And he was keeping me out. Because I wasn't the best one on the team.
Fair.
I wasn't the worst one on the team, though, to be honest.
Okay.
Short and Italian. So I really wanted these fucking patches because I'm like, I'm not going to get in the game. I at least want a fucking patch. So I would get to practice early and practice free throws. Still really good at free throws.
Yes.
And I would leave every practice late. And he walked up to me. He goes, you might be able to bullshit your parents and bullshit your teachers, but you'll never be able to bullshit me. You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Did you tell him go kick rocks and eat a dick?
No, because then I was so scared of like, I always thought, and I still kind of hold on to this shit. I'm like, there's always a chance that I could make it into the game as long as I don't piss nobody off. And I always thought that if you worked really hard, you could earn your way into a thing if you don't quit. It's like that fucking J-Lo clip that you were watching on whatever, Reels or whatever. If you work really hard for a long time and you don't quit, maybe you can make your way in. And that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I got so upset because of how incorrectly he read me.
Yeah.
Like by that point, I'm not trying to bullshit anyone.
Right.
Here is the only truth. You don't play me.
Yeah.
I got to take this call. I want to play.
Yeah.
So I'm working to get into the game.
Right.
And I don't know what he was like, you're bullshit about, but eat dicks. Anyway, I got a call.
All right. I wanted to say something too about being on like the East Coast, and I saw another clip, and it was like, you know, there's a difference between East Coasters and West Coasters. And on the East Coast, people are kind but not nice. And on the West Coast, people are nice but not kind. And the girl goes on to give an example. Like she says, on the West Coast, if you were to get a flat tire, somebody's like, oh man, that sucks. That sucks. I'm so sorry that happened to you. And you change your own tire. On the East Coast, someone's like, oh, you got a fucking flat tire? The fuck is wrong with you? What are you trying to do? You trying to change this so you can't even fucking change this shit? And she goes on, and she says, you know, the person that's trying to help them tells them to move over, let me change your tire for you, but is insulting you the entire time. And I swear to God, that is the truest, most real thing I think I've heard in a very, very long time. So anyway, this has been this episode, and this is what we're doing, and we'll get back to answering questions about relationships and stuff like that. So if you guys have any questions, please, please, please send them to the Instagram, and Lex will get them for us and send them over. Again, I want to give a huge shout out, Jesse, one time, and to Lex and Josh and Kevin for always keeping it up and real and all the things and doing everything for us while we have zero time to do that. And as you know, patreon.com is a virtual tipping and rewards website where you give us a little bit of your hard-earned cash and you get into the Discord because of it. And our $10 group gets a shout out. And that goes a little something like this. Joseph, most Italian, Capricusio. I know that's not right, but that's very Italian. There's too many I's, C's, and O's. Shannon Haynes, D. Aldi, Patrick Simpson, Ernesto, Raja, Eliseus, Joe Tarzan, Lewis and Odette, Lauren Chauncey, Paul Gilliam, Steve Diergo, Chris McCarthy, Trevor the Weirfishy, Joe Penn, Happy Birthday Starlight, JJ McToots, Rachel Last Name, Mike Genie, Alan Garcia, Connie Tryon, Isabella Sparkles, and Taro Baez, Frankie Matos Music. It was nice seeing you last week, by the way. In our short years, we've come long way. Chris Fernandez, Johnny Rosito, Handcrafted Neckwear, CCPB&J, Adman, Emily Pageant, Caleb Perkins, Giant Tom Hanks, Lizzie Love, Gavin Welsh, Someone Tell Aaron, Jackie Hammond, Paige Junzand, Guy with Long Hair, Jis Cronson. I don't even know what to say about that. Happy birthday month, Mike. Yes, that's right. It is his birthday month. And everybody, my most important people, are all in this month. Anna Valles, Benjamin Putz, Beth Bleth, Blush. Fucking A, Beth. Snuggle Pig H. Ryan Ashbrook, Christina Camille, John Jinston, sorry, Michael Johnson, Kayla Johnston, Jules Run, Grant Levisier, Chad Clark, Joe Finney, Heather Ashley, What is Cat, Katie Taylor, Shane Welsh, Evan Canoe, Joe Band, Milky Beans, Jess Enright, Lillian Carrillo, Magnus Silva, Barrington Lloyd Lovett, been married for 1 year, folks. Good job. Congratulations. Mike and I are about to have our 6-year anniversary. That's so weird. And we'll be together 11 years? 11 years in February. That's crazy, you guys. Theodorus Karen Bellis. Always good seeing you too, Theo. Janisha Tutton, Danny Sinclair, Jacob D. Bradford, Justine BBC, Just Josh, Sergeant Sparty, Ed Birch, Helen Ford, Luminos, Superfloss, Tatiana Clay, Danielle Di Verona, Sean Stone, Valerie York, Dev, Jesse Stillwell, Late Katie Lee G, Rob Devereux, Don, Go Chasing Waterfalls, Nestor De Leon III, Luis Hernandez, Alexander Legowski, Monique Quistorf, Jamie Garner, Troy R., Cody Ostalas, Felicia Shimberry, and Matthew J. Palka. You guys, as always, thank you so much for listening. And for those of you that are going to be in the Los Angeles area this week, Mike has a surrounded show, I believe at 7 and 9 at the Improv, which you could find on MikeFalzone.com. Get your tickets there. And yeah, it's good to be back, and thank you for listening. I hope you guys all have a beautiful week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.